I'm with Katie Desveaux from PepsiCo Foods Canada, who is also a former Brock Badgers figure skater. Katie, can you tell us a little bit about what it was like to be a student athlete and a figure skater at Brock?
I competed for Brock from 2014 to 2018 on the figure skating team. I had a ton of fun. I met a ton of like-minded individuals where we were able to share our passion for figure skating. But while also pursuing our academics. In grade 12, I had a decision to make whether to continue pursue competitive figure skating or go off to school. And I made the hard decision to go off to school, but luckily there's a skating team. And all the individuals on the team, they were able to push me, coach me. I'm friends with a lot of them today. I travel with them and stay connected, which is awesome. So it truly impacted my university experience in such a positive way, and I wouldn't have had done it any different.
How has the figure skating and just competing as an athlete kind of helped you to get to where you are right now?
I know at the end of the day, I wouldn't be where I am today without all of my athletic experience. You learn how to be resilient. That's a really big lesson that I learned, and who you can rely on for support as well.
A lot of student athletes, grow up their whole lives competing in sport, and it becomes a very big part of even their identity. And I know that sometimes letting go of maybe that chapter can be challenging, or parts of that chapter can be challenging. And I know you've experienced that yourself firsthand. So can you talk to me a bit about how to navigate through the identity side of things as you move forward in your career, maybe that's separate from the sporting career that you had previously?
As I graduated, I would say the skating piece stuck with me for about 2 years, just from more of like a emotional and personal standpoint. It has come up in every interview that I've done. It has come up from my colleagues and all of that. So I would say it's taken about 2 years to kind of push through that identity shift that would occur. I used to be an athlete. I can appreciate and honor all of the things that it has given me and where it got me to where I am today, because I know I wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for those 10 years of skating. I'm really looking forward to how we can improve the experience, improve the transition to post-graduation life, and just support those athletes in the next 3 years. And I'm so happy to be doing it in my day-to-day. I'm so happy to be doing it in my current role and with PepsiCo Foods Canada.
Tips or advice that you would have for student athletes who are currently or will be maybe going through that transition and they're like, unsure almost how to navigate it?
My first piece of advice would be graceful to yourself, because don't be too hard on yourself. It's tough. But I would also say, think of your support system. So as you're heading into your fourth year of university, who is your support system? Is it your colleagues on your team or your friends on your team? Is it family? Is it work people? I think there's starting to really realize who that support system is, because when you have those harder days after you graduate, who can you lean on and talk to? And for me, a lot of it was my varsity colleagues, whether it was on the skating team or on a different team. I could say, hey, it was, I miss being an athlete, or I miss being a student, and we can all kind of reminisce on that side of things. I would also say starting to think proactively. I know it's hard when we're in it, but when you're surrounded by academics, make connections with those off campus, like your professors, and leverage the supports on campus too.
So if somebody is like a student athlete, they want to be in the same position as you in terms of career, what advice would you give them to kind of take that step to get to where you are?
I would say start with getting involved on campus. So go to any networking events that your program, your school may have. Start there, because they're likely right on campus, super easy for you to get to, pre or post class, pre or post practice. So always keep an eye out for those on your job boards or via email, depending on how your school sends out those opportunities. I would also say volunteer. Volunteering was big for me when I was a student. I would volunteer at different events. And then when you're at those volunteer opportunities, just start chatting with people. I know it sometimes is a little intimidating, but you're in the volunteer room, and you just go up to someone and say, hey, my name's Katie, like, which position are you doing? Well, you're volunteering here this week. And you never know, volunteers come from all different areas of expertise, and you may talk to someone who could essentially kickstart your career. And if you just chat and have a casual chat, and maybe also may be able to connect you with someone as well, which kind of leads me to like my next piece is just start researching the careers that you could possibly have. I ended up in human resources because I loved talking to people. I loved sharing my experiences. So I was like, hey, graduated with a sport management degree, love the sport industry, but I truly liked sharing my Brock experience, and recruiting was the job for me. So that's where I kind of started right after school. So I was researching jobs. Where can I go from recruiting? What does that kind of look like? And in a lot of companies that does fall under human resources. So I shifted into my current role at PepsiCo Foods Canada, and it's opened my eyes to so many different areas of human resources. So there's a lot of different jobs out there that you just think, the classic ones that you may see. There's a lot of layers. So start doing your research, third and fourth year especially. Keep updates on like certain job boards or anything like that to kind of see what's out there. So when you graduate, you might have a better idea of what you want to do.
So in 2017, you were Athlete of the Year as a figure skater, and you were the first ever figure skater to get that award at Brock. What was that experience like for you to know that? And how did you find out also that you were, getting the award during the ceremony? Like, what did that feel like as well?
The way I found out, I heard some rumors that it may be happening, but I didn't know until I showed up to the venue that evening that we had our athletic banquet at. And I opened the program and I saw my face and I was like, oh my goodness, this is real. I am nominated for Female Athlete of the Year for Brock. And that year, our figure skating team had an incredible season. We really put figure skating on the map for Brock that year. And it wasn't just me, it was everybody on the team. It was our coaches. My coach, whose also name is Katie, won the Coach of the Year award as well. So the two of us, the Katie duo, as I like to call it, we just had a moment that evening, and it was all the hard work, all of the early mornings, everything kind of paid off, and it was just so heartwarming for me in that moment too.
You're a former student athlete, you're working at PepsiCo Foods Canada. For you, being part of this, having experience what they'd experienced as well.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you emotionally, and how does it feel to kind of see it come to light?
Connecting with athletes is something that I love to do. And now that I can incorporate that and bring that into my day-to-day at work is amazing. And it truly just makes me smile. It makes my heart full from that emotional side, and knowing that I can help and impact others' athletic journeys and career journeys and help them with that transition through some of the activations that we're going to be doing with this partnership. So I really look forward to seeing where we can take that.
Thank you so much, Katie, for taking the time to sit with us and share your experiences. U Sports is really looking forward to our ongoing partnership with PepsiCo Foods Canada over the next 3 years.
Thank you for having me.